What up, mother suckers? Jericho Green, hanging out with you. You know what it is. It's every other Thursday. So this is the Thursday. Stop the fuckery. And as you know, there's a whole lot of fuckery that needs to be stopped. So that's why it's all hands on deck. We need all of you. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Shout out to you all in the comment sections. We see you. We feel you. We love you. You are heard. All right. You are believed and you are loved. So today, what's the topic? Well, it's Black Culture Part 2. So nice. Had to do this shit twice. Last show, episode 8, it was Black Culture Part 1. So we're going to continue it. Makes perfect sense because what month are we in? The most important month of the year. Psych, that's June. You've been leapfrogged, Negro. You are no longer the number one necessary minority. And what's funny about Black folks being leapfrogged is you helped them. You said, hey, Alphabet Soup Group, Ku Klux Klans, and any other perverts we left out, come on, come here. I'll bend over for you so you can leapfrog me. No, Black and Brown, Alphabet Soup Group, we're all together. And they left your ass in the dust. But who am I? Who am I to try to tackle this on my own? I told you all hands on deck, and damn it, I meant it. Let's bring them in. The 50% of Stop the Fuckery, a.k.a. GION. What up?
I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
I'm blickety black, blackety black. Dead Mike.
Oh, right shit. Here we are.
I mean.
In black, and even better than before.
Blacks in black. Gets no blacker. But I should turn the lights out.
Black.
Make it ultimate. The ultimate black.
Right.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Fantastic. I mean, it's the 22nd of February, man. I've had 22 days to celebrate being black.
Feels good, don't it?
Oh, every time I say it, it's just like I just get a little tingle in my body. Like, oh my God, I'm black. Like I'm
yeah, it's beautiful. It feels different than in any other race, I imagine. Whatever that fucking means. But yeah, unfortunately, we're staring down the barrel of 6 days left of Black History Month.
Is there 6 or is there 7?
I don't know. 6 or 7.
There's 7. So
7's
I mean,
a leap year? No way.
Yeah, man. I mean, you gotta, you're gonna have to they're gonna have to deal with us a whole nother 7 days, man. A long 7. We're gonna make sure these next 7 days are the longest you've ever felt in your life.
The longest week of your life. The fuck beach. We get an extra day. This was the longest week of Andy Dufresne's life. We're gonna make it hurt. So bend over, white folks. White folks, bend over, grab leg ankles. Hold on tight. You got 7 more days of this beach. So before we get into Fuckery 5, make me live. Fuckery fails. You know how we do. I wanted to toss this at you, Dion. The reason I said Dion because I was about to say Dookie after that. Just whatever. But this is like me tossing you this topic is like a monkey in the zoo, like throwing you some of its shit. That's basically what I'm going to give you right now. There's a steaming pile of BHM. It's Black History Month. Like, pick up your acronym game, BHM. So this, I'm gonna toss you a steaming nugget, a road apple. It's what you call, it's a slang term for horse shit. A road apple, because it's a big old green steaming turd. I'm gonna toss you this road apple real quick, and it comes in the. Hopefully, it has some structure to it, and it doesn't just disintegrate into a wet mess in your hands. But we're about to find out.
Right? No promises.
this BHM road apple comes in the form of what better be the next T-shirt and poster that you put up in your room. Girl,
Ta-da!
what do you think of that? Now, we'll start with the obvious grammatical errors. If it's girls' trip, that means the trip belongs to the girls, showing possession, meaning that S should probably have an apostrophe between it and the L, but whatever. Remember the demographic they're targeting with such wares. So, girls' trip, Black History Month, yes. So, of course, driving the car is Coretta Scott King, K-A-N-G, Kane. Do not question anything about her husband, or you will lose your coveted black card.
Mm.
So, sitting in the passenger seat for some fucking reason, Oprah Winfrey. She looks like Michael Jackson in the Thriller video after he turns around and he has a zombie face. And he's like, like this. And all that shit, right? Go! So she looks like Michael Jackson in the Thriller video. I don't know who drew this. That's an awful picture of Oprah. And she was a girl wrangler for Harvey Weinstein. Then behind her, you have who I thought was Jimi Hendrix for a second, but it's Shirley Chisholm. Then next to Shirley Chisholm, and this one threw me off, Gion. I thought this said girls' trip, but you have Big Mike Obama right there. They were obviously a little generous with her grill. Then you have, of course, one of the classic Black History Month usual suspects, Harriet Tubman, of course. And the dumbest part about this, okay, the dumbest part about this whole thing, and you can see it's on the front of a hoodie, so I'm sure you could track it down and buy it if you want to. But behind Coretta Scott King is Rosa Parks. Guys, they put Rosa Parks in the back seat. That's the whole problem. It's the back seat. The idiots who designed this flip-flop her and Oprah. Who gives a fuck about Oprah? Stick Oprah in the back seat. You gotta put Rosa Parks in the front seat. It's Rosa Parks. That would be like drawing this picture and you got Abraham Lincoln sitting in a theater somewhere. Like that was the bad thing that happened to him. And you're putting Rosa Parks in the back seat. I was like, what in the hell? And my last point before I hand it off, before I hand you this road apple, Gion, is with Black History Month, I hate segregating and separating and compartmentalizing, put everybody in a group. I can't stand that shit. But for the sake of this exercise, Black History Month, and whenever someone speaks of Black people in general and Black issues, whatever the fuck that is, Black issues are American issues because they happen in America. Anyway, if your kids are having issues, it's not kid issues, they're family issues because you live in the same house. But it's always this section of Black people's history in this country. It's slavery up to Jim Crow. It's not even all of it. It's not even all of slavery. We built America. You can't build America from the cotton fields and the tobacco fields. But that's where you always portray us. You don't show the Black folks that worked in all these other facets of society. All you show is the Kunta Kinte in the cotton fields, in the tobacco fields. So picking cotton and tobacco, how in the fuck did we build America? Anywho, this is what they always focus on. It's always slavery and Jim Crow. That's it. Black folks weren't artists and inventors and high-ranking military personnel, high-ranking law enforcement personnel. You're talking about Thurgood Marshall sitting on the Supreme Court. All these decorated Black folks throughout history, business, sports and entertainment, of course, all these other facets of society, but all they can seem to focus on is slavery and Jim Crow. Oh, GION, please.
Man, oh boy, am I going to grill the shit out of this shirt.
Mm.
Now, let's start with the front runner here. Coretta Scott, Kang the Conqueror. Okay, the only reason why she's up there is because of who her husband is. And who her husband was a communist, basically.
Yeah,
A
you
trained
can't.
socialist and communist. That's the reason why she
What?
is a figurehead. I know, right? It's so controversial to say the truth, but that's
Mm.
exactly who MLK was. Uh, he didn't represent black people. Malcolm X, the complete opposite of MLK, did, and he called out things that MLK never would. Um, she's just up there because of who her husband was. Oprah, I don't, who is Oprah? Oprah is nobody to us. She's literally nobody. She is just a billionaire black female, and if you look at where her money has came from, you will know the people behind her are really the puppeteers. She's nobody to us. Shirley Chisholm, what can you say about her? She was what, the first black woman who was she became the first black woman to be elected to the Congress.
Yeah.
She was part of the Democrat Party. You can guess why they put her on this shirt. She is nobody to us. She represents black people in no way, shape, or form. Anybody who's part of the Democrat Party does not represent black people. Not for the betterment of us, whether it's in this country or at all. That's socialism. That's communism, basically where she's based from. In the back, we don't need to say anything about the man, and all the way in the back smiling. We know about that one. The only one I would give credit to in this photo is probably Harriet Tubman. I mean, that was at a different time, where it was obviously during the slavery time, but I'm sure there's some stuff there that we probably don't really know about. It's stuff that we were just told, but I will give Harriet Tubman the only person credit in this photo on the shirt. Then you have Rosa Parks. Everybody moved to the back of the bus. No credit for Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks, all
Don't
she
do it,
did.
GION. Don't do it.
It's too late, man. It's too late. I'm gonna speak the truth always. Rosa Parks, okay, she's famous for what? Not moving? Is that what happened? Is that they were like, we need you to move to the back of the bus, and then she was like, no. Look, she gets no points. She gets absolutely positively no points. She's another figurehead for social justice and the whole civil rights movement, which was still not really something that was beneficial for black people. So if you really dig, do your research and dig deep, I don't have any points for Rosa Parks. These are not prominent black people for us. These are prominent black people for social justice warriors, for socialism, for communism. These are not black people that we should be looking up to. And since they're women, we'll just say our young black daughters, sisters, so on and so forth, should be looking up to. These are always the people that they put in front of us so that we could, we can get the education, aka indoctrination, of what these people symbolize. And what they symbolize to me is just communism, social justice, so on and so forth. You already know all the labels and so on and so forth that they represent. So this shirt is trash, not only from the design, but from what they tried to do to put these figures there together. Like they equate to
Mhm.
some black, empowerment or some. It's retarded from start to finish.
Yeah, and I don't like this narrative that you need to the constant you can do anything. Yeah, we know that. Like, why do you need to see shit like this? If these are real successful black folks, you might have something there, but these are not. Again, minus Harriet Tubman, she really did some shit.
Mhm.
But the other ones, and Rosa Parks, I know that picture was staged, and I can't remember something I was reading, and somebody was telling me. I think it was when I was talking to Chad O. Jackson, that Rosa Parks was a fraud too. She and the civil rights movement, that did more bad than good for Black people, especially Black businesses. Because for some reason, once Black folks were allowed to go to these white establishments, they just abandoned the Black ones and took all their money there. But anyway,
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was gonna touch on it, but I was like, maybe I'll leave it alone. But let me just add to that real quick.
Please.
The segregation served a purpose. See, there's a lot of ways people want to look at that, but when things were segregated, Black people had their own, white people had their own. As we can see, for an example, I'll use today, modern times. We're all interconnected in some way, shape, or form, to in every way you could possibly think of, and that doesn't serve Black businesses any type of purpose, because Black people buy from everything and everyone. Every other race pretty much buys from everything and everyone because of maybe due to location and all that, right? But when you look at some of the Asian communities, they buy from each other. A lot of Hispanic communities, they buy from each other. But all of this interconnecting with different races, backgrounds, all that stuff, the integration has caused us to be actually more divided than ever. if you can understand what I'm saying there, more divided than ever due to that. And now you see all this stuff about support Black businesses. Where are they? There really are no Black businesses, because everything is so integrated. And that has caused, so much destruction within all different communities. But if we're going to stick to Black, that's what we're doing here. Black History Month. Black people have suffered due to the integration, not due to the segregation. And so even today, you can still see the effects of that everything is so integrated that you really have less, and you have less of a community. And because everything is so integrated. So going off of that, and you're looking at someone like, let's say, like Rosa Parks, what did she fight for? Integration, which was part of civil rights movement, which was part of social justice and all this stuff, right? There's a certain way that you do things, and that wasn't the way to do it, because it caused so much destruction within the community and fast. So when people talk about Black Wall Street and why don't we have Black Wall Street anymore? It was burned down and all this other stuff. Well, they actually built it back up, but it was burned down because they didn't want Black people to have their own banks. That's why we have a central bank today. So you'll see the effects of integration and how that was actually destructive in so many different ways. But we're told that it was a good thing and the best thing, and unity and diversity, equity, inclusion, and all that BS that they want to sprout.
Also, Black Wall Street was rebuilt 4 years later. They tell you that they burned it down in other places. Well, the white people burned it down. Like, they stopped selling lumber in that town after that, and paint and concrete and shit. It was rebuilt in record time, very quickly, and it went on to thrive for years, basically another 40 years until the civil rights movement. So yes, people don't scratch the surface. They just, they burnt it down. See how evil they were. But I've always thought, when I would hear that, I would always think, well, why didn't they rebuild it? And come to find out, yeah, they did. Mark's Music Obsession, great question. He said, who would you guys have on the shirt? Well, there has to be a girls' trip and not just prominent Black, individuals. I would definitely have Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell, Ben Carson, Thurgood Marshall, Condoleezza Rice. We couldn't get her on this damn shirt. Condoleezza Rice, Mae Jemison, Madam C.J. Walker. Pauletta Pearson. There's a lot of successful Black folks throughout history. Booker T. Washington, that would be great figures to have. Again, I don't like that it's Black figures. Let's have all different people on there. But if it has to be Black folks, those are just a small handful of the people that I would put on there. Not these frauds. And again, Harriet Tubman, I think, would be the only one that would get the usual suspect pass. But I wouldn't be mad at her being phased out. Let's get some new faces in there. These are all frauds, except for Harriet Tubman. These are frauds and commies. This is all bullshit. I wouldn't want my daughter to aspire to be any of those women. Again, minus Harriet Tubman. But
Agreed.
no, I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up and be with a philandering commie like Coretta Scott King did. I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up to be some weird lesbian who wrangles drugged up girls for a Hollywood pervert like Oprah. I wouldn't want my daughter to grow up to be some fake activist like Shirley Chisholm Shirley Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly wouldn't want my daughter to grow up to be like Big Mike O. And I
Or
damn
you
sure
mean
would want.
son?
Yeah,
You wouldn't want your son to grow up to be.
I want my son to grow up to be like Michelle Obama. And I wouldn't want my daughter to be some, sit here for the camera, fraud of the mother of the civil rights bullshit, whatever that was. So no, I wouldn't want my daughter to be like either one of them. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yeah, man. It's I understand it's a girl's shirt, but yeah, you're right. You're like, where is the Booker T. Washingtons? Where are the Marcus Garveys? Where are the Malcolm X's? And sometimes you will see Malcolm X be talked about, but he's not put in the forefront the way MLK is. We have a Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We don't have a Malcolm X Day. There's a reason for that. So it's the people that they want to put up for you is the ones that you need to question and say, actually do some research on it and be like, why are they showing me these specific same people? There's no way in hell Oprah should be up there. None of them should, except for Harriet Tubman. She gets the pass. But none of them should. But Oprah, definitely not. Absolutely.
Oprah's a pimp. Oprah is a pimp. That's what we're doing? Okay, brother. Like the little Arab merchants would tell me and my buddies when we were overseas and I was in the Navy. Okay, brother. Got here with that shit, man. Weirdos.
Man, like that was fun grilling the shit out of that shirt.
Yeah. Like Mr. Parker said in Friday. God damn devil.
Whoever made it probably really thought they did something. They're like, oh, they're gonna love this.
There you go. And you know what? They are right to a certain extent. You know how many dummies are going to line up for that shit to show how down they are to make white people uncomfortable in public? Stop. Fucking stop. Nobody cares. Like, if you want equality, equality comes with copious amounts of nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing. They just don't. And for some reason, there are members of certain groups who just can't deal with that. They can't deal with people not caring. So what? I don't give a damn what you went through. Everybody went through something. We can all find some black and white photos of what our groups went through. That's pretty fucking horrific. You don't have to go back that far. It's human nature. People are disgusting.
Yeah, but I need you to care. You know what I mean? Like, I need you to understand my feelings.
That's the problem. Why do you need strangers to care? You don't care about them. Why do you need them to care about you? You need that? Ugh, that's so weird. And that's so effeminate when men are like that. Like I was talking to my buddy today, my buddy who sent me that stupid ass thing with just that sweatshirt. The NBA in 2020 during the sweet and sour sniffles lockdowns, and they had that NBA bubble. And that was the year that they started on the back of their jerseys. It would say, listen to me, believe me. It would say, listen to me and believe me. You got grown men wearing shit on their back that says, listen to me, believe me, I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up. Nobody listen to me, believe me. I don't care. I don't need to listen to you and believe you. If I'm not a jury, then don't care if I listen to you and believe you. Fuck out of here, man. I went to the beach and got sand on my clit.
Well, let me tell you a funny story real quick. It's literally going to be 20 seconds. On my Xbox, they have free games you can download or whatever. And I was bored one day. I finished working on stuff, and I was like, let me see what's new on Xbox. They had the newest Madden, like Madden 24 or something like that. And I was like, I don't really care about football or games that much, but I'm like, let me check it out. Put it on, just do a quick little play now game. And I don't remember who I was playing as. I don't know, the Eagles probably. And
the Eagles.
I scored a touchdown, and in the like right after, where the touchdown is, like the very end, like before you get to the all the people and all that, it has a big old sign that says "End Racism." This is a video game, okay? And I'm like, oh, delete. Immediately, right after I saw it, I said, I'm not going to be lectured to in a video game it's just not going to happen. Keep this crap out of the video games. Keep it out of the books. Keep it out of the movies. This is not the place for any of your little messages that you want to push forcibly, because there's nothing you can do about it. It's not like you can go and change that, like customizing it, going
Yeah, say
instead of
fuck
it,
you or something like that.
yeah, instead of it saying end racism, let me put baby shark or some shit. No, that's not what happens. So I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and delete this now. And I did. And it was the best moment of 2024.
Good. That they got that because they did it on the real field in the NFL. They've done that for a few seasons where they are at a real NFL field on the grass at the top of the end zone. It says end racism. Like, who the fuck is going to read that and go, what? End it, okay. Because they saw it on a football game. Cut that section of the grass out, roll it up, and stick it up somebody's ass. Get out of here with that shit. Oh, I didn't think, end it. Oh, fuck, man, I didn't even know shit. Shut up. It's dumb. Go out there.
Think about what you think about. I think I know what you're talking about. You're probably talking about The Last of Us. But go ahead, Jericho.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the dumbest shit. Like, somebody's going to look at that and go, wait a minute. End it? Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you wanted me to start it. Oh,
yeah, I thought you wanted me to continue it. Oh, no. Don't lecture me. Get out there, bang your heads together, and get CTE for my entertainment. Thank you very much. John asked, JG, why do you have the Marxist fist background? I'm just making fun of Black History Month. That's why. If you're not at the podium in Mexico City in the 1968 Olympics, put your fucking hand down. That's ridiculous. That's played out. That's you're taking a symbol that meant real struggle and you're using it as your fucking profile pic. Though the worst is that white girl from, like, was it 2020? And she has like the black fist painted on her cheek. And she has this shit on her face, in racism, whatever, all this stupid shit. And she's playing that stupid what's his name? The dumb rapper from Oregon or Portland or whatever.
MGK?
No, he's from like Cleveland.
Yeah.
What's his name? He's rich, but he dresses like he shops at a fucking thrift store.
Macklemore,
yeah, that idiot. So she's listening to Macklemore and he's saying, like, oh, I don't understand it, but I support it. Some bullshit. And she puts her fist in the air and, like, marches in place. It is the most whack shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Oh my God. She had the black fist painted on her face. What are you doing? Nobody's going to see that and change their ways. You're going to make them more racist.
Too, let me add to that real quick. That fist is not representative of Black people. That is a socialist / communist fist.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you see that, because you see it with the feminist movement, you see with any of the isms, all that stuff, they use that fist. That is communism and socialism. So
yeah,
don't equate that to Black people. It's not. That has nothing to do with Black people. It's just that they've adopted that.
Gladly.
Around like Black Panthers and all that stuff.
They've gladly adopted it. It's like somebody had, hey, you want a cup of poison? Oh, thank you. I love a cup of poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it vanilla flavored?
Is this all you have? Is this all the poison you have? I want more. Like,
yeah. I want so much more.
No, watch. No, watch. They'll poison themselves. Watch, come here. Look.
Yep.
Here's some poison. Oh, thank you. You got more? Here, let me give it to my children and my family.
Right. Can I put it in my arm?
Yeah, anybody who doesn't want to drink the poison, don't worry. We'll browbeat and insult them until they do.
Yeah. Wow. And they're conspiracy theorists too. So
you guys are something else. Okay, here we go. Fuckery 5. Ha ha ha. Ben Crump. If there's a person darker than a piece of printer paper who gets shot by the police, he will be at your side. Ben Crump, MSNBC contributor, suggests redefining crime to accommodate Black culture. So you are welcoming and condoning crime as part of Black culture. And I believe he's Black, if my eyes
aren't
deceiving me.
I don't know. I can't see him, man. The background is black.
Doth my eyes deceive me? No. MSNBC legal analyst Charles Coleman and civil rights attorney, retire those words. There are no more civil rights that need to be fought for. Thank you very much. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump suggested in a new NBC documentary that the United States should redefine crime in order to accommodate, quote, Black culture. The group began talking about the criminal justice system under President Joe Biden, NBC's Black Men in America, Road to 2024. Coleman, also a former prosecutor, said he used to constantly deal with the notion or circular argument that authorities go where the crime is. I tell people all of the time, if you're looking for something, you're going to find it, Coleman said in the documentary. So it becomes self-fulfilling in terms of, well, we go where the crime is. No, you're going and you're finding crime. And if you went somewhere else, guess what? You would find it there too. They come up with things to profile us for, Crump jumped in. And so whatever laws were made, I believe this, we can get rid of all the crime in America overnight, just like that. And people ask, how, Attorney Crump? Because people really talk like that. Change the definition of crime, Crump continued. If you get to define what conduct is going to be made criminal, you can predict who the criminals are going to be. They made the laws to criminalize our culture, Black culture. Ooh, let's hear him actually say this nonsense.
We can get rid of all the crime in America overnight, just like that. And people ask, how, Attorney Crump? Change the definition of crime. Of course, if you get to define what conduct.
Look at Al Sharpton. You sickly little motherfucker. Look at him.
I remember when he was 327 pounds.
Man, he's struggling to hold up that stick. Al Sharp tongue, you piece of shit.
It's going to be made criminal. You can predict who the criminal is going to be.
It sounds like we're criminal, though. Yeah. Our existence is criminal.
But they made the laws. They make the law to criminalize our culture,
to fit up.
Black culture. I mean, and so when I think of Eric Garner, I always think of stuff like that. Lucy cigarettes.
I did nothing. We sitting here the whole time. I'm not business. What are you talking about? You watch me do what? Who got your cigarette to? Don't touch me. Not touch me.
Guy lost his life. Yeah. And then George Floyd was trying to buy cigarettes and so forth. So you have to think about the profile.
So buying cigarettes is Black culture. You mean Marlboro and what Procter and Gamble and all those fucking companies survived and made their billions off the backs of only Black smokers? Shut up.
I'm going to unload on this dude,
the profilers for pretextual reasons. And it happens every day, Al. They will come and say, you can't wear baggy pants. Right. Make that a crime.
Right.
You can't have milk cartons in your yard. Right. Make that a crime.
Right.
Oh my God, I want to cuss so bad. Look, before you continue, let me grill this. First of all, that is not Black culture. Everything he told you is not Black culture. Wearing baggy pants is not Black culture. That is behavior. And he said, he literally used the term Black culture to describe that.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that you should do it. That's not a crime to have your pants baggy. But does it make sense to do it? Wear your pants like a regular person. When I see that, I go, that's tacky. You look retarded. Don't do that. Now, he's trying to say that, that's a Black thing. No, it's not. That is not a Black thing. That is a behavior that is adopted, and a lot of people do it. Not just Black people. So for him to sit there pretty much and act like he is the speaker of Black people on Black culture is insane. I don't even know how old Ben Crump is, but he can't even talk regular. Okay. Oh yeah, that's us. That's Black culture. No, it is not. And I'm tired of people saying that. That is not Black culture. That is a behavior. Everything that he just said, buying cigarettes, not every Black person smokes. So how is that exclusive to Black people to get Lucy's or whatever? Dave Chappelle made a whole joke and stuff about that doing his skits in his show. Like, dude, that is behavior. It is not Black culture. And for him to sit there and then say, well, we got to change the definition of crime. You can't change the definition of crime. Just use a whole nother word. Like, I don't know, more crime. Crime is going to always be crime.
Yeah.
The same way they put hate crime in front of it, there is no such thing as a hate crime. There is only crime.
Crime.
That's it. Oh, it's gun violence. No, it's not. It's violence. Doesn't matter if it's a gun, a knife, a shoe, whatever. It's violence. You can't put a word in front of it to change the definition of it. And he's trying to say that everything that's going on, right, is like targeting black people. So we have to change the definition of what crime is in order to cater to black culture. That is the most insane thing I think I've heard. This dude is not a representation of us. Well, I'm not going to speak for all of us. Some of us may love him. He's not a representation of me or anybody with a brain that works. This dude needs to stay the hell off of television the same way Al Sharpton does. These are the two most race-baiting, race hustlers probably in modern history.
Yeah, these dudes probably want them to put more slang words in the dictionary. Don't make people talk, correctly, speak correctly. No, just make their stupid, uneducated, dumb-sounding words too. So they don't have to be smart. Think about what you think about. Lucy's are single cigarettes. So you just buy one at a time instead of a whole pack. And none of the miser says, white guy here. I sold Lucy's to drunk college kids in the 90s. Yeah, no, tell them, you should have told them, give them back. Only black kids can buy single cigarettes. That's fucking stupid. George Floyd, of course, we know about that bullshit. Eric Gardner, back in 2000. Well, they'll explain it here. Crump then cited the deaths of Eric Gardner and George Floyd, noting Gardner was selling loose cigarettes and arguing Floyd was killed because he tried to buy cigarettes. So they make it sound like, you're buying fucking cigarettes, kill him. No, that's not what happened. He swallowed a bunch of dope, tried to pass a counterfeit bill, and got the police involved. Eric Gardner, the reason he died is because you could see from the video, the dude's like 400 pounds. And they took him down to the ground and were trying to restrain him. And they were on top of him. That's why he fucking died. Are you kidding me? And the cops didn't even, they didn't kill him. He died basically because he was unhealthy. Let me go back to the article. It's fucking ridiculous. But people are going to read this and just go, oh, cops killed him. They killed him because he was selling cigarettes. So then you're going to get that black and white video. Selling cigarettes should not be a death sentence. It's not, you fucking idiot. Garner died in 2014 after he was allegedly caught trying to sell loose cigarettes Garner died in 2014 after he was allegedly caught trying to sell loose cigarettes, a crime in the Big Apple. Officers placed Garner under arrest, with one officer allegedly putting Garner in a chokehold. The officer was not indicted. Floyd was murdered, bullshit, by former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin after he allegedly tried to use a counterfeit bill to make a purchase. So that makes you think he came in there with a counterfeit bill. He's black, it's counterfeit, kill him. During the arrest, Chauvin was seen kneeling on Floyd's neck, despite repeated pleas from Floyd that he could not breathe. He was not on his neck. The other angle shows you he was on his shoulder blade. And I don't think there's any, I'm not a doctor. As you can see, I'm not wearing my white coat, but I don't think there are any vital organs in your shoulder. But that is complete bullshit. And you notice they named low-level bullshit, sagging your pants, make that a crime. I wouldn't be mad if sagging your pants was a crime. That should be indecent exposure. I don't want to see your fucking piece of tissue between us and your asshole. Like, get that shit. I can see your butt cheeks. The fuck are you doing? That should be a crime. I wouldn't be mad at that. You know why? Because I don't sag my pants. Most people don't sag their pants. And if you do, there needs to be a way to let you know to pull your fucking pants up. But sagging your pants, oh, that's black culture. Milk cartons in your front yard, that's a crime? That's black culture? Okay. But it's all this low-level nonsense. That's not why the police are in your neighborhoods. Listen, Johnson, get down to that neighborhood and do something about those milk cartons. That's not why they're there. You know why they're there? They're there because a 14-year-old got shot in the side of his head at a liquor store. That's why they're there. They're there because people are shooting in this apartment complex. They're there because you're selling crack and another one of you ends up on an episode of the First 48 That's why the cops are there. And of course, yeah, if you look for shit, you're probably going to find it. We're not all perfect. If I'm a traffic cop, I'm probably going to be able to hand out speeding tickets all day long because nobody drives 25 or whatever they're supposed to. But the police aren't there for that. They're there for the murders and the property crime and the theft and the drugs. Let's talk about the real shit. Not sagging their pants. Man, if we could just we could just take care of the pants sagging, everything will be all right. That's fucking stupid. But again, they're targeting a demographic that's going to do no research, no homework, and they are running off pure emotion. If you pop their hood, there's going to be a big block 454 in there, emotion engine. That's what they run off of. Emotions change up, down, 1 minute to the next minute, but they're malleable. If you run off of emotion, then people have control over them. You wear just like when you're a kid. If you have have a younger sibling, if you are the younger sibling, your older sibling knows how to set you off because you wear your emotions on your sleeve. That's the same thing here. They know how to set these dummies off. Get a bunch of people with titles and degrees and Al Sharp tongue and have them say some stupid shit. Hey, I believe it. They put it on TV. It must be true.
Yeah, I think I said majority of what I wanted to say when I said it, but I'll add to this just real quick. Everything pretty much that you said just reminded me of what I said earlier, is that everything you mentioned was due to behavior, not a culture.
Mm-hmm.
If you are from Mexico and you come to America, you have a culture, you have traditions, you're carrying what you've always had with you. But here, you're born here, you grow up here, you're black, of course, going by the label, you don't have a culture, you don't have traditions other than American. That's all you know. You're not coming from Africa, from a tribe where, you've learned all these other things or whatever, and different values and ways of life. So I think it's just so important that we understand that this stuff is behavior. Sexy red twerking in a hospital is not black culture. That is behavior. And it is a sick behavior, but it's behavior nonetheless. And so you can't watch that and be like, that's just black culture. No, it is not. I don't think, hot take here, I don't think black people have a culture in this country other than American culture. If we can even say America has a culture, but all we know is America and American. We don't know the Chinese traditions and cultures. To see the people that come here from those countries, they carry that from there. So I think it's important that we note out it's behavior and not culture. If we get stuck in that language, then we will continue to have people like Ben Crump and Al Sharpton continue to spread this BS that we know is obviously not true, talking about dumb things like sagging your pants being a crime, and it shouldn't be. It's not a crime. It's just stupid behavior that nobody should adopt.
Dude, then how do people explain to me the disdain my mom had for that growing up and my parents had for that, sagging your pants? If my mom would kill me and my brother and I, if we were caught sagging our pants. So how did we not get wrapped up in this black culture? I had 2 black parents. You mean to tell me I found 2 black people that didn't partake in black culture? You figure one of them would have been okay with sagging, right? Because it's a black culture. No, because my parents thought that was fucking ridiculous, because it is. Why are you showing your underwear? It's called underwear. You wear it under your pants so nobody can see it. So why would we be okay with you showing your underwear and your ass cheeks? That's disgusting. That's sloppy. That speaks to how you treat yourself, your personal hygiene. That's foul and disgusting. That's like people who wear pajama pants in public. If you're a woman who wears pajama pants in public, your vagina stinks. Period. What are you doing? Your life is so fast-paced that you don't have time to put pants on? Get out of here with that shit. The only people allowed to be in public with pajamas on, if it's not October 31st, are sick children. Your mom got to bring you out of the house, take you to Walgreens or whatever. Hey, you do what you got to do. If you're an adult and it's not October 31st, you better put some pants on. You wouldn't make it in the Jericho Green kingdom. I promise. Story number 2. Shall we? Shall we? This sounds like fun. This sounds like somebody's about to be called a racist if they haven't been already. Fox News star. Stupid ad out of the way. Black people will vote for Trump because they love sneakers. Oh, this is great.
Oh.
This is amazing.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can't either.
Let's get through this.
Leaning especially hard into well-worn racial stereotypes, Fox News pundit Raymond Arroyo this weekend insisted Black Americans will support Donald Trump in this presidential election because they love sneakers. Over the weekend, the twice impeached ex-president, you can tell where this fucking website's coming from. Over the weekend, the twice impeached ex-president made a surprise appearance at SneakerCon in Philadelphia. Brave man for going to Philly, unveiling his new self-branded merchandise, including the gold Never Surrender high-top sneaker selling for $399. After the limited edition MAGA shoes quickly sold out, Arroyo suggested Sunday on Fox's Big Weekend show that Black voters will now abandon the Democratic Party and President Joe Biden because the former president is selling athletic footwear. The segment went largely unnoticed until later this week when a clip from it went viral on social media. They got to have a clip of what he said. Damn it. There's got to be one. Because I want to hear it in context. Like, did he really say, hey, they love sneakers?
I'm sure he did say that.
You know? But I want to hear it. Asserting that Trump's poll numbers have only seemed to improve amid his ever-increasing legal headaches, the most recent involving a $364 million judgment in a New York civil fraud case. Arroyo then contrasted that to Biden's sinking approval numbers among minorities. Trump somehow survives, which must drive his opponents crazy, because even the sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting as you see Black support eroding from Joe Biden, the Fox News co-host declared based on tweets. Can you still call them tweets if it's not Twitter? I don't know. This is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. Arroyo added, they're into sneakers. This is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. I mean, is he wrong? Taking it several steps further, the conservative commentator who has previously gotten into hot water with the Anti-Defamation League for peddling anti-Semitic tropes, continued to plainly argue that Black Americans will be easily swayed to MAGA because of their affinity for high tops. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics, Arroyo claimed. The culture always trumps politics. Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen. Right-wing Fox News contributor Tommy Loren wondered if the sneaker connection would translate into them going out and voting for Donald Trump, prompting Arroyo to declare, anybody willing to put $400 down for a pair of sneakers? Yeah, I think that's commitment and love. It's affection on some level. I think this is just for collectors. It's for people who want Donald Trump brand sneakers that, again, he's connecting on a different level. While there is polling that suggests Trump could receive double-digit Black support in the upcoming election, the most a Republican candidate has received in generations, conservatives incorrectly believe Trump would pull in record Black American support in 2020. I mean, I think what he was talking to, obviously, he's talking to Black voters of a certain age, because older folks of any race aren't really into sneakers. But if you're of that, say 1980s, late 70s, or in that hip hop era, yeah, you're probably into shoes. You probably got some Jordans. And he said in the inner city, yeah, what the fuck do they all have on their feet in the inner city? Like, there's a huge resurgence of Nikes and Jordans. The whole sneaker culture that makes things like this, SneakerCon, a big enough deal for a former president to show up. Yeah, there's a huge sneaker culture in the inner city. And it's a smart move on his part. I personally wouldn't pay $400 my limit's way under $400 for a pair of shoes. I just can't. But I think the most expensive pair of shoes I have are $170, and they're these like really nice boots that I take care of. But nah, man, $400. But yeah, it's smart on his part. But as far as what the talking head of the right-wing conservative commentator, I think everything has to be in context. I don't think he's like, man, them Negroes sure love sneakers. Obviously not. But yeah, that's a way to that's going to strike a chord with some black voters of a certain age group for sure. But is it like, oh my God, it's the worst thing I've ever heard in my fucking life? No.
I sent the video in private chat if you want to pull it up.
Yeah. We get this shit from.
Well, I guess hopefully it's not somebody talking over it or something, but it popped up.
We'll see. I'll proof. All
right. Well, before we play it, I guess I'll just give my little analysis. Well, is he wrong? The answer is no. Would Trump get the black vote or black voters because they like sneakers? Yes. The answer is yes. Have you heard some of the music that's on the radio?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got it here. I'll play it real quick. Get back. Bam.
Sneaker thing. I was on social media last night. Very interesting. As you see black support eroding from Joe Biden, this is connecting with Black America because they love sneakers. They're into sneakers. They love this is a big deal, certainly in the inner city. So when you have Trump roll out his sneaker line, they're like, wait a minute, this is cool. He's reaching them on a level that defies and is above politics. The culture always trumps politics. And Trump understands culture like no politician I've ever seen.
Question for you on that.
So that's what he said. If you're talking about sneaker culture, yeah, he's reaching that, like I said, that he's targeting a certain demographic, and he's at Sneaker Con. So he's not targeting like black voters in general, saying that all black people love sneakers, but he's targeting that particular demographic. He's going after them on their level. So that's smart. And you can see after watching that, because that's why I wanted to see it. He's talking about the sneakerhead black folks. That's who he's talking about. He's talking about Trump going to Sneaker Con to target sneaker loving Negroes. Not all. Like my mom, people my mom's age, you're not going to get them with no fucking sneakers. I bought my mom a pair of sneakers like 2 years ago. She probably wore them 4 times. But you're not going to get that demographic with sneakers, but of a certain age. And if you're getting even more niche with it, sneakerheads, yeah, that's who he's targeting. He's not going to fucking hit the campaign trail with those. That's every black person's not, I'm black, I love sneakers. But in the sneakerhead world, the shoe game world, we got all these people at $400. That ain't shit. I saw a little short the other day where somebody paid $50,000 for a pair of the ugliest fucking shoes. It looked like a low top sneaker fucked a tennis ball. That's what they looked hideous. They were like yellowed and weathered. They looked fucking horrible. Dude pulled out $50,000 cash for those shoes. So $400 in that world, man, that ain't shit.
My goodness, dude. I need to create a shoe. Just create a shoe and be like, yeah, it's made of the greatest fabrics of, and linens of the Antarctics and, the desert sands. They'd be like, oh shit, here's $5 billion for some ugly.
Dude, ugly. Look at the Travis Scotts. Travis Scott, his claim to fame in designing shoes is he put the Nike swoosh upside down. So the Travis Scotts, I've only seen them in high top. Maybe you can get them in low top. I'm sure you can. But high top, Jordan 1, meaning it's the first Jordan that was ever made. Jordan 1s, 2s, 3s, all the way up to whatever they are now. So it's a Jordan 1. So on a Jordan 1 platform, and it's brown on like around the top, off-white in the middle, and like brown on the bottom. It was like pink on the very bottom of the shoe. It's the fucking ugliest shit ever. with an upside down black Nike swoosh. Those shoes are expensive as hell. $700, $800, $1,500 for these shoes because they were designed by Travis Scott. But that's the kind of money that's floating around in this world. Eminem designed a pair of Jordan 11s that go for $40,000. There's another pair that go for $75,000. So really, Trump's $400 is a drop in the bucket. But that's who he was talking about. He was talking about black sneakerheads, not black people in general. So, but again,
and Jordan is making a lot of money because if that's the case, I mean, it is a Jordan shoe, so it's like it's Eminem, but it's also Jordan. So it's like, dude, no wonder dude's a billionaire.
Yeah, I mean, and the guy's right. He knows culture. Culture or politics are downstream from culture. The culture changes, the politicians change. That's just how it is. He's totally right. But, again, the dummies they're targeting are not going to read that. They're not going to look for the video in context. They're just going to see right-wing Fox News. Man, these black folks, they love them some sneakers, man. Man, you give them a pair of sneakers and shove a slice of watermelon in there, that nigger is in heaven.
But even if he said it that way, is he wrong? No. So it doesn't. To me, it doesn't. The only way that affects you is if you're an emotional bitch. That's the only way that could affect you. Because I would be hearing that going, yeah, he's right. Niggas do love Snickers. They love them.
Niggas love
Sneakers. Tell you
what, man. Oh, this one right here. I'm glad to talk about this one. This is just a fucking atrocity. Okay, so Beyonce becomes first black woman to top the country charts with Texas Hold'em.
Wait.
And I saw a clip. I can't remember the lady's name, but it was clearly from the 70s. And she was a black woman singing like fucking honky tonk, like a banjo and all that shit. So I don't know. I don't know if she topped the charts, but she's not. Beyonce's definitely not the first black woman to do country music. But here we go. Beyonce on Wednesday became the first black woman to score a #1 hit in the history of the Billboard's Hot Country Songs after Texas Hold'em debuted at the top of the charts. Yeehaw! Texas Hold'em, a twangy, feel-good ode to the pop superstar's home state, and the lead single off her forthcoming 8th studio album dropping during the Super Bowl, alongside another track titled 16 Carriages. Immediately after starring Beyonce, Queen Bee. The new album, which appears to be country, will be released on March 29th and was described as Act 2 of the 3-act project that began with Beyonce's critically acclaimed Renaissance album, which she released in 2022. Wednesday's milestone marked a cultural shift for country music. Calm down. A genre often seen as exclusive and that for decades had a fraught relationship with artists of color. With Texas Hold'em, Beyonce finally trumped the record set by Linda Martell. That was her name. More than 50 years ago, when her song Color Him Father, which peaked at number 22, became the highest ranking single, a black woman, on the country charts, according to Billboard. Beyonce also became the first woman to have topped both the country and R&B hip hop charts since the genre song charts were launched in 1958. Billboard reported, adding that she joins Morgan Wallen, Justin Bieber, Billy Ray Cyrus, and Ray Charles as the only acts to have led both charts. So it's been done before, just not by a broad. Texas Hold'em also debuted at number 2 on the Hot 100 chart, right below Jack Harlow's "Lovin' on Me," and right above Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign's new song "Carnival." It marks her 22nd top 10 single on the general charts. Billboard reported signaling to no end in sight to the singer's adventurous, indefatigable, never seen that word before, and by most accounts, legendary 27-year career. Beyonce's bold foray into country almost immediately sparked controversy after KYKC I bet KC could use some KY. FM, a country radio station in Oklahoma, initially declined to play the artist. The station manager later told CBS News he hadn't known Beyonce had released 2 country songs and confirmed he had added Texas Hold'em to the station's playlist. That's how you do it. Do it at gunpoint. Don't let it be genuine. We have always celebrated cowboy culture growing up in Texas. Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mother, wrote on Instagram alongside a montage, blah, blah, gives a fuck. We also always understood that it was not just about it belonging to white culture only. In Texas, there is a huge black cowboy culture, Tina Knowles added, noting that she had taken Beyonce and her sister Solange to the rodeos, blah, 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 nobody cares. So it has been done before by black artists. Charlie Pride comes to mind. Don't forget Darius Rucker. He was a black motherfucker. He had some pretty good success in country music. Who was the other one I was thinking of? Charlie Pride, Darius Rucker. There's another dude.
Nas X.
Yeah, Old Country, Old Town Road with Billy Ray Cyrus. What's the other dude? Kane Brown. He's another. He's young. Dude, he's mixed. But
He's
by
the
their
Chris
logic,
Brown of country, basically.
But by their logic, he's black because he has a drop of black in him. So there's another black artist in the country chart. So it's the first time it's been done by a broad. The chick she named something Brown, I believe, Marlene Brown or whatever. She got to number 22. That's good. Out of the Billboard 100, that's really good. But it's Beyonce, so of course they're going to make a big deal out of it. I heard the song. It's not that damn impressive. And from what I can see, the comments that I've read, people who listen to country and have for years, that's their favorite music, they haven't heard her song. It's not because in the radio business, matter of fact, hold on. Like something just came to mind.
Uh-oh. Well, you know it's impressive because you're black. So.
Yep. Hold on.
Something came to my black mind.
Spins. So black. Okay, so in radio, songs like, like he mentioned, like GION mentioned, Old Town Road, songs that everybody's heard. They're so popular that kids are singing it, old people know it, everybody knows these songs. These are called power songs. Like when I started the radio station in 2004, Yeah by Usher was just hitting the charts. That's a huge song. Everybody knows that. It's played at weddings. It's played everywhere. Everybody raps Ludacris's part, right? So songs like that are called power songs. And in a power song, you're going to hit like 75 spins a week. That's basically every hour that song is being played. So for a song to be number 1 on the charts, we're talking about a power song. So this song would be if you have in this case, a country radio station. If it plays new country, if it's not just old country, but if it plays new country music and you're listening to it at work, you're going to hear that song over and over. You're like, man, I'm so sick of this damn song. They play it all the time because pop stations that play new music are meant for you to listen to about every hour or so. So you hear that power song. That's why they play it every hour. They want you to hear it when you're getting ready in the morning. They want you to hear it again when you're driving to work. They want you to hear it when you get in your car for your lunch break. They want you to hear it in your car when you're driving home at night. So that's why they play it with such repetition or with such frequency. But if you're listening to it all day, it's going to seem like shit, they're playing this again. So for people who are into country music, they would know this song. It would be like, yeah, I've heard this song. This is what I think of it. Not, I haven't heard it. So is it something like they mentioned in the article where the PD, the program director, he's the one who's in charge of the station. He's the one who's going to say what gets played and what doesn't. So was it like that where, oh, it's a woman of color, you blah, blah, and he's like, okay, fuck, I'll play it. Or was it organic where the song gets buzzed, it comes across, their desk, and it's undeniable. For a song to be number 1, it's an undeniable hit, and it would behoove a program director to play the hit songs. So was it that, or was it some bully shit at metaphorical gunpoint that you need to play this or else we're gonna call you or whatever? Because from what I'm seeing, people who are country fans, they ain't heard this shit. And I actually heard it, for the purposes of what I do. it's not that impressive. It's not like across the board hit where it's undeniable. Where whether I like country or not, this is a good song, and that's not what I've seen. Oh, my bad. Hold on. One more thing. I hate when people say she is reclaiming country music. Country music never belonged to black folks. Country music was made by white people. I believe in Tennessee, and like the first record of it is like Tennessee in the late 19 teens or early 1920s. Everything wasn't made by black people. I fucking hate that. We didn't create every music, and it was stolen from us. And if we did, let's say they're right. We made country, we made rock, blues, R&B, rap, all that shit. Then how do we let them take it from us? Because most hip hop music, the blackest art of all, other than R&B, 70 to 75% of the music is purchased by white people. So how do we let them take it from us? We're so creative. We're just giving this shit away, or it wasn't that way in the first place. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, even if that was the case, everyone has their own version of stuff. You know, like just because you're a white rapper doesn't mean that you're bad. Obviously, Eminem exists. I think Jack Harlow's good. Like there are other white rappers that have their own style, and you know what I mean, and they're good with what they do. So you can't be like, oh, but hip hop is black. It's like, is it though? Because I mean, not every black person can rap. I've heard them try, and they suck. So let's not try to be exclusive in these things. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. Everyone has their own version of whatever, and if they're good at what they do, they're good at what they do. But anyways, what the hell were we talking about? What was this? Oh, Beyonce. Okay, so
yeah.
This gives me Nikki Haley vibes. What I mean by that is Nikki Haley, there were Democrats who were moving over to Republican to vote for Nikki Haley. And obviously that still didn't work out too well. But the point is that it's not genuine. It's not legit. It's not actual support. And in this case, you have someone who I don't even want to call Beyonce a singer because she doesn't sing, just talks really on records. You know, move your hair back and forth and then do this and she gives instructions. That's what Beyonce. She's an instructor. She's not a singer. She's an instructor.
She's an instructor.
She tells you what to do in her music. Now, how legit could this possibly be if you have Beyonce fans streaming her country music and it's being played on country radio stations because it's in the country genre? Who do you think is listening to that? I don't think people who actually enjoy country music are listening to Beyonce. I think it's Beyonce fans who are listening to Beyonce. And that's why the record is getting played. Now, I haven't heard the song because I care about my ears a little too much, but I don't feel like I have to know that I'm not going to care for it because I'm not a Beyonce fan, and I actually don't even like her as an artist, if we want to call her that. I think her sister actually is way better than her, but Beyonce is now at a point where the fan base is just so it's like, you know, it's like glue. They just stick to her no matter what. And that to me isn't really that genuine because her music could suck. The song could be terrible, but because people just, you know, Beyonce can do no wrong, they follow her anyway. And so they're going to follow her to, you know, the country stations. If her album is going to be country music, or at least, you know, quote unquote, then I think we're just getting Beyonce fans in this, moving over to this category. I don't think this category is genuinely going, yeah, let's hear more Beyonce. I don't think that at all. So I don't think the whole thing is really genuine. I think it's, and she could genuinely be like, you know what, I want to make country music, or I want to make this album. I just want to do something different. That could be genuine. I'm not saying that's not, although it probably isn't. But let's just say that it's not, or that it is genuine. That doesn't matter because the people who are following her are going to follow her no matter what. So that makes being number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, or whatever in country music, that really is not a genuine number. So No one cares, and I don't care either.
No one cares.
And for her to be, oh, she's the first black, don't care. I just legit don't care.
Yeah, so that's not impressive at this point.
No,
it's just not. Like, okay, cool, and it's not like Beyonce came out of nowhere and she's just a rising star. Like, she's a billionaire. Oh, so what? You top the country charts. Like I said, organically or otherwise, we don't know. But big fucking deal. Anybody got no? We're not impressed by you. You already made it. It's like
ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, anybody got time for that? It's like like these athletes that play like a Deion Sanders or a Bo Jackson. You know, yes, it's impressive that you play two sports, but look at you. You're already playing one sport at the highest level. It's not unthinkable that you could cross over and do the same in another fucking sport. Like, shut up, Beyonce. You and your you probably still got goat blood and fucking Chinese baby stem cells on your breath, you weirdo. Do you remember that? What's that lady that her and Jay-Z are friends with? She does like all this demonic weird shit.
Oh,
crazy ass lady. Man, fuck them. They were on the Epstein Island too.
Yeah, it's like it's oh god, I forgot.
She's some weird European lady.
Yeah, she does rituals and spirit cooking and all that.
She's a freak.
Yeah, like, bro, just spirit cooking? You cook spirits? You're automatically weird. Yeah.
And there's pictures of her and Jay-Z.
Marina Abramovich. That's her name.
Yeah.
I believe.
That beach.
That beach. Yeah, Marina Abramovich. She's a Serbian. This is what Google says. She's a Serbian conceptual artist and performer. Oh, so she ritually sacrifices people. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
they're hanging out with her, taking pictures, cheesing it. Why would you be hanging out with somebody like that? And it's not like they bumped into each other at a party. They were like at one of her events or galleries or something. Like, it was an official little get together. They're just loving it. Just whatever weird shit they were into.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this, people. Let's talk about it. Black audiences consume more media and TV than any other group, but they want better representation. Okay. Stop killing yourselves. Anyway, I shouldn't have said that. Despite being the highest share of media consumers, Black individuals in the U.S. and abroad often feel as though they are misrepresented or underrepresented in mainstream media, according to a Nielsen report. Black Americans regularly outpace the rest of the general U.S. population in terms of media consumption, clocking more than 81 hours per week with media, such as TV, radio, and the internet. For Black people 65 and older, that figure rises to more than 92 hours each week, according to the report. Charlene Polite Corley, the vice president of Diverse Insights, in partnership with Nielsen, told NBC News that consumption of media can be an important source of connection and community for Black Americans, and the report's findings echo this sentiment. When it comes to the media consumption of Black America, it really just means content is key to our culture, said Polite Corley, who is Black. Have you seen this show? Have you heard this album? Stream this latest hit. Those are forms of cultural cachet. Black Americans are more likely than the general population to access 3 or more streaming services, according to Nielsen. Around 73% of Black individuals pay for 3 or more subscription-based streaming services compared to 60% of all audiences. Over 2/3 of Black Americans reported feeling that Black representation in TV and media are inadequate. The majority of Black diaspora, I fucking hate that word now, surveyed, which includes consumers in United Kingdom, Brazil, Nigeria, and South Africa, agreed that they felt misrepresented in the media. What the prevailing message for me is that the practices of years past, where maybe just having one character wasn't enough, the funny best friend or the nice and loving mom, Polite Corley said, people want the nuance and intersectionality, another word they perverted, and the authenticity. Really, because I didn't see I think there are more girl type Black moms on TV than like a Claire Huxtable. I think. So kind mothers, I don't know about that. These findings echo what other researchers have found about Black representation in parts of media. The majority of Black Americans surveyed in early 2023 told Pew Research Center that they felt portrayals of Black people are more negative than news about other racial and ethnic groups. All of these findings lead the media companies' bottom lines. Around 59% of Black individuals were more likely to support brands that feature Black individuals, according to Nielsen. It may also be a missed opportunity for media companies, content creators, and brands given the increasing buying power of Black consumers, according to the Nielsen report, which writes that today's Black buying power at 1.7 trillion is estimated to top 2 trillion in 2026. I hope what the report shows is the increased demand, the opportunity to continue to meet that demand, and that this is an investment and not a risk or something that we should be retreating from. Well, Miss Polite Corley, you got to get your numbers up. Okay, 20 million, more than 20 million Black babies killed since Roe v. Wade. Imagine, do the math. 20 million babies, how many of them would have babies? And then babies and babies and babies. So how many more tens of millions of Black people is that? There's your representation. Now you've outpaced other minorities. You passed the Mexicans. Now you're sniffing around the white folks' numbers. But that doesn't happen. So if you get past the abortion, chances are you're going to get murdered. You have a 2,000% chance of being murdered by a Black man that looks just like you, other Black men between the ages of 18 and 34. So you can't have that representation if you're not here. No one's going to listen to the tiny little minority group when you have these other large groups who are throwing around money too. Again, we talked about earlier how the civil rights movement began the downfall of the Black business because Black folks sent their money elsewhere. If you're taking that $1.7 trillion buying power and you're circulating it in a good amount, a good percentage of Black businesses, then sky's the limit. Then you can dictate what's on TV because some of you are probably going to own the TV station. And you can have these policies change because some of you inevitably are going to get into politics. You'll have more Black faces there looking out for your interests. But you can't lack the numbers but have the demands. It doesn't fucking work that way. You don't have the numbers. There's no reason that they should be showing more of you. There aren't more of you. Stop getting snuffed out in the womb to the tune of $350,000 a year. What was it? Man, where's I reading that shit? In Mississippi, 78% of the abortions are on Black babies. 78%. That means almost 8 out of 10 babies who are aborted in the state of Mississippi are Black women. But you're pulling that bullshit. We account for 350,000 abortions a year in this country. Overall, Black women are what, 6-7% of the population, but you have a third of the abortions. The murder rate. The fuck out of here. You're not going to have that representation. You can cry about that shit, and the companies can throw you a bone here and there, but until you're throwing around some serious money, until we're not giving all our money to fucking Jordan and Gucci and whoever is cutting those Indian girls' hair over there and sending it over here, we ain't going to have shit. We don't have the numbers.
I like that take because I'm gonna take it somewhere different right now. If you have a problem with quote unquote representation, I should say. I was going to say presentation too because that's due to television, but presentation and representation, and you are Black, go to Africa because that is a whole continent with Black representation.
Yep.
Okay. This country, some people are not going to like what I'm going to say. This country has no obligation to show you or give you the representation that you want due to this. That's never been the case. Okay. Now, because of that, first of all, we have people that are controlling what you see on TV. That's already number one. Okay. Because you, as let's say a Black person, do not own any of the media corporations or nothing like that. So you don't really have a right to complain. You cannot have control over something where you don't have control over it and then complain and go, you don't represent me enough. Not my obligation to do that. I don't care how you feel. I'm going to put out what I want to put. The whole point of this show, Stop the Fuckery, is to have our own show and do what we want to do and say what we want to say on it. We don't have to say what we think people want to hear. We say what we want to put out there. So for people that complain about this, is just beyond me, because I don't need Superman to be black for me to enjoy him as a superhero, right? Like the dude literally blows ice out of his mouth. The color of his skin makes no sense. that doesn't matter. Okay. And there's another notion that, okay, well, black people aren't represented in Hollywood and in movies and all this. First of all, yeah, we are. It's just that our movies suck because I've seen them and they're terrible. And that's not really to a fault of, let's just say, our own. It's just that we don't do a good job in that field. Some people do, but of course they get funded by bigger corporations and all that to where they have a bigger budget to be able to create more. But if you're talking about individually, there's not a lot of us that have the money to do that. So to say that we're not represented in television in any way is not true, or we're not represented enough. If that's such a problem for you, go somewhere where you are represented all the time and stop complaining. Because for me, I have nothing to complain about. I don't look at life that way and say, I need someone who looks not the shade of Jericho, but the shade of me for me to connect with this character. First of all, both of my parents are black. Like they are darker than me. And I see people all the time, right? That in these movies or TV shows that the dad is white, the mom is black or whatever, and they look like me. But I can't relate to that because both my parents are black. So it is the dumbest thing, and it's only there for division. And the people that complain about this, they need a reality check. I just think this whole article is ridiculous in itself, though. Like this is supposed to hurt our feelings. I'm not represented enough on fucking the tennis channel.
It's so stupid. If you want to be represented, then represent. There has to be more of you. If there's more of you, your voices get louder, your demands get heard, and then your demands get met. But you're snuffing yourself out, you're cutting yourself out off at the knees, and then you're complaining that you're not tall enough. Well, then quit doing that shit. Plain and simple. More of you, more numbers, more representation. Period. White people don't have a problem being represented because they're the biggest group. You get your numbers up, they'll represent your ass too. Because it's all about that money. But this shit is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Representation. Well, fucking quit shooting us and aborting us. And there you go. Golly.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Charlotte High School. This is a good one. I love this. I'm gonna let them talk. Stupid. Hey, now, what company is that?
Very good job at recreating. Illustrating what the times has been like for Black people.
More often than not,
it must be the teacher.
Somebody has done a very good job at recreating. Illustrating what the times has been like for
the times.
More often than not,
opening the door to powerful conversations about race, or is it? Classroom doors at West Charlotte High School decorated by teachers for Black History Month. One shows a Motown theme. Another has a message from chains to change. But it's this one, illustrating a Sears department store in 1930, with one door labeled colored entrance and the other white entrance that has some people upset.
If it's out of context alone, then it may raise some questions or, spark controversy. But looking at it in its totality, I don't think you can tell a Black story in America without talking about segregation.
Sharice Terry is the owner of Archive Charlotte, where you get more than coffee. It's filled with Black memorabilia. Terry says she sees similarities with the images at the school and the ones of the Black historic figures on her walls.
It's a recreation of the people who have impacted our time and tell
There
our
she
story.
is.
Posts of the door decorations making its round on Facebook, with many saying it's a unique way to teach history. However, the decorations were taken down after a few hours. CMS says the doors displayed, quote, inappropriate content, and the activity is not aligned to state standards or with CMS curriculum and approved lesson plans.
Wow. Well, again, same time frame, slavery, Jim Crow. That's all they got. Why didn't they have one door going to college, one door going to the military, or something like that? Why Jim Crow? 1930, guess what, beach? Everything was fucked up in 1930. We just went into the damn depression. They're about to make alcohol illegal. We were still smoking cigarettes while we're pregnant and drinking whiskey. A lot of things were fucked up in 1930. You had people up there walking those steel beams, building skyscrapers in New York City with no safety precautions. They lost somebody every damn day. On the West Coast, they're starting to construct and erect the Golden Gate Bridge. You know how many men fell in the bay? A lot of things were terrible in 1930. Bitch. Why are you going to talk about that shit? Why is it always that? That's all our history in this country is limited to, is being a slave and being told you can't come in this door, boy. That's it. That's what our history is in this country. That's what you want it to be. You guys suck. I come from better than that. I come from better stock than that. I spit in the face of the Black America you want me to have come from. I come from a family who had acquired their freedom by 1812. I come from business owners. I come from educators. I come from dedicated military personnel. That's what I come from. I come from college graduates, multiple master's degrees, PhDs, homeowners. Damn it. That's what I come from. You can come from a bunch of dumbass, barefoot, sharecropping, yowza boss Negroes if you want to. I come from better. Fuck you.
Well said. Well said. There's like two things here, I feel like. One is, it's kind of going off of what you said too. This is all you learn about. This is it. This is all they got. All they got is hold on, give me 1 second.
One trick pony. Downtrodden, sad, oppressed.
All right, here we go.
Beat down.
I had to make sure my power source was plugged in so that I can, my laptop doesn't die on me while I'm on here. You know what I mean? You can't die on me. It's Black History Month.
Don't you die on me, G.
Don't you do it. All right. So there's two ways I feel like you can take this. And like I said, number one is we should not be learning about this at all because it's counterproductive to our future. It's good to have knowledge, right? It's good to be like, oh yeah, there was slavery and let me not even go down that rabbit hole because it wasn't all white people. Okay. There's other stuff to that, but we're not going to talk about that right now. The point is that if you're going to touch on that topic, you need to be able to tell all. So for an example, if you have a door that says Black only and you have a door that says white only, I don't necessarily think that's bad. Do I think you should do it? No, I don't think you should do that at all in 2024. But if you're going to do it, then you need to be able to tell the truth about it. And as we touched on earlier, segregation was not all bad and evil. Okay. When integration happened, that's when a lot of self-destruction happened. But how they're tackling it is, don't you see it's bad because they had blacks over here and you're lesser than and you're nothing. And then we had whites over here and you're everything and you're loved and you're God's favorite. Like that teaching is counterproductive and toxic to the mind because that's not the whole truth. So if you're going to touch on that, then you need to be able to tell the truth about it. And I don't think that that's what was happening. So I don't think you should do it at all. But if you're going to do it, that's the way you're going to have to tackle it from, is actually giving the truth about it, because that is not what's happening. And so that's why this whole thing is controversial. It's because they're going, well, you shouldn't do that. You see, it's racism. Oh, okay. But aren't they doing that anyway? Didn't we just, like, on our last show with Layla, she pointed out that Canada had like a black only pool hour or some shit like that.
Goodness, that's right.
They're literally doing this now. So how are you, if you're going to talk about it, then you need to tell the truth about what happened then, because you're doing basically the same thing now, but it's counterproductive. And for them to call themselves progressives, they are degressing the entire society that we live in. That is what's actually happening. But as we know, these people always use terminologies like that because it sounds good. It sounds good to say, yeah, we're progressive, we're progressing. I'm sorry. Did allowing women to marry other women and men marry other men have a progressive culture, society in any way, shape, or form? Because I remember a lot of these civilizations, these great civilizations, like, ancient Rome, Greece, Egypt, all fell due to stuff like that. What we're calling progressive today. So at the end of the day, I think that this is ridiculous. But of course, we're going to keep on seeing ridiculous stuff, especially when it comes to Black History Month, because for some reason, they can never get anything right when it comes to, having the bubble of conversation around Black people in this country.
Well, you got to be careful because, I've said for a long time that Black folks are the Fabergé eggs of ethnicity. So very careful, very quiet, dim the lights, lower your voice. Don't get upset. Don't rile them up. Slavery. It's fucking ridiculous. Everybody's had it hard coming to a new country. Every Black person who's here was not a slave. Every Black person who was on American soil was not brought here in chains like Alex Haley tried to make us believe. And speaking of chains and slavery, why do Africans escape any blame? Why is it only white people? Did you know that white people, it was impossible for white people until
Where'd you go? There you go.
A commercial just started playing. I had a window open. Anyway, Did you know that for a long time it was impossible for Europeans to go deep into Africa? That's why the slave markets were on the coast. So you could pull up in your ship, load it with slaves, and bounce. They couldn't go into the interior of Africa because of the disease. They weren't immune to it. They hadn't been inoculated yet. The vaccines didn't exist. It was physically impossible for them to go and get slaves. So who caught the slaves and brought them to the slave markets in these horrible cages, in these barbaric conditions? Who put them in there? Africans. So why does Africa escape blame for the African slave trade? I think it's in the title. But that is just horrible, stupid nonsense, and it's always about them. It's always downtrodden. It's always bad. Poor Black people are the only ones. Shut up. Like I said earlier, man, you want to be equal, it comes with a whole lot of we don't care, get to work, which I think is good for you.
Yeah, but who's to even say that we're not equal? I mean, in the sense of like, hey, if I cut you, you bleed. If you cut me, I bleed. You need air, you need oxygen to live. So do I. There's nothing that is so special about me that's any different for you. So for them to keep peddling this, you're lesser than, and then there's white supremacy. Can you show me, please? Just show me. That's all I want to know, because I don't ever see it. And in fact, for you to say that there's white supremacy, and for me being Black, there's systemic racism. White people don't control this system at all. So I'm going to need you to try something different. Give me another one. Give me something different.
Yeah, I've yet to come across white supremacy, and I've gone for jobs before and I didn't get them. Was that because of white supremacy or I was unqualified? I don't know. No one ever came back to tell me. I've applied for things and I've been turned down before. Was it because I'm black? Or maybe my credit score wasn't good enough? I don't know. No one ever came back to tell me. I don't know either way. I don't know if it's because you're a fucking, my application came across Boss Hogg's fucking desk. I ain't hiring no niggers here. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't give a fuck. I applied for a home loan to get a house. They gave that to me. So what happened there? How was I able to sidestep oppression there? Because the shit doesn't exist. And if it does, it's not like they're going to tell you, hey, good morning, sir. The reason that we didn't give you the loan that you asked for is because you're black. Thanks for doing business with us. It doesn't work that way. You never find out why. Or maybe you do, and it's your credit score. Or you're not qualified. But to think, oh, man, it's because of the race. Man, who has time for that shit? Maybe black folks. Maybe that's why black folks do, because we just read an article that said we're on screen time more than anybody else. So maybe that's why. Maybe we got too much time on our fucking hands that we concentrate on stupid ass shit like things you can never find out. Who cares?
And then, but what? Who cares? Even if you were like applying for a job or something, they see you were like, you're black. We don't want to hire you. Okay. Does that?
Who's gonna say that to you?
Yeah. No one's gonna say that. Probably at least out loud. They may say that within each other, but that doesn't stop you from getting a job. Is my point. There is no system that is created in this country that's going to stop you from getting a job. You may not get it at this one place because they just so happen to be racist, but you can get a job. That doesn't stop you from getting a job. Shoot, you can even create a business and become more wealthy than that job you applied for. So there's nothing stopping you. You got to stop complaining about dumb shit.
Yeah, man. If you're a great employee and your fucking application jumps off the desk and you're going to be an asset and all that, man, they'll hire you over 100 white people if you're going to be an asset to their business, because people are in business to make money. Who's going to help make me the most money? That's what they want. But if they don't, well, you'll never know. Who gives a shit? On to the next one. Oh, it's because I'm black. You don't know. And guess what? If somebody did say, you know what? We didn't hire you because you're black. Thank you very much. I'm going to go find a lawyer because you are going to get the shit suit out of you because you just admitted to discrimination. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. Stupid. All right. So there are no fuckery fails. Gian said black people don't fail. So yeah. It was funny.
Am I wrong though?
Says, no, you're right. But it says on the fucking email, it says fuckery fails. Black people don't fail.
Yeah, I mean, what are you trying to do? You're trying to get us to laugh at ourselves? Impossible.
No, we can't do that. Everything is serious. We can make fun of you. We clown the shit out of you and the way you talk and your food and all that shit, but you better not say nothing about me. So let's get right to, since there's no fails, we failed at nothing. We'll go right to Make Me Live. And this one is Racist Workout.
Hey Siri, play a fitness video on YouTube.
Playing hip-hop music.
No, I said a fitness video.
Googling showtimes for Tyler Perry movies.
No, I said play a fitness video.
Searching for the nearest KFC.
That's some bullshit.
Welcome to Sarah's Seriously Amazing Home Fitness Club.
All right, now, this is what I'm talking about.
In my program, we welcome all shapes and sizes from all over the world.
All right, lady, I get it.
Except for black people.
The hell she say?
I said welcome back, people.
I must be hearing some shit.
Don't forget to check out my incredible smoothie recipes after the workout.
YouTubers, man. I was trying to plug their shit.
We're introducing blueberry, peach, and your favorite, grape soda.
What? You mean my favorite?
Let's get started. Inhale when arms go up. Exhale as they come down.
White girl got me doing yoga and shit.
Try to relax, even though you're probably angry.
What? I ain't angry.
Deep breaths. Embrace the anger.
Why she keep saying that shit?
Next exercise, jogging in place.
All right, here we go.
Push yourself to go as fast as you can.
This shit hurts.
Keep pushing. Imagine the police are chasing you.
What the fuck she say?
I said imagine someone's racing you. All right, let's try some side jacks. And 1, and 2, and 1.
That's some bullshit.
Try and reach as high as you can, like you're shooting a 3-pointer.
Oh, now she assuming I play basketball.
Great work. Let's wrap up with another stretch. Inhale up, exhale down.
Again with the goddamn yoga.
Remember, think positive thoughts.
Positive thoughts. Okay, my family, my
Gold
friends.
chains, rap music.
What the?
Booties, Hennessy.
Is this bitch serious?
And we're done. Great job. You look fantastic.
I guess I do feel pretty good.
Don't forget to download my latest single. I may be the white bitch, but I'm also the right bitch.
YouTubers, man.
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more workout video. And comment below. And like and subscribe. And buy my single. And download my merch.
Hey
and
Siri, turn off the TV.
Playing hip hop music.
This some bullshit.
Oh man, that was good. That was good.
And Hennessy.
Yeah. Now searching for the nearest KFC. Oh boy!
But you're not supposed to be able to do that. You're not supposed to be able to laugh at yourself and laugh at jokes. You know, no self-deprecation for you.
If I was a liberal, that whole channel would be just it'd be off of YouTube the next day. It would be. I am so offended.
And you know the white people differences from black people and all that thing, that's been around for a long time, especially in comedy, but it can still be done right. It can still be done right. But when it's done hacky, oh my God, it's used as a crutch. That is the worst shit ever. So this says how white people pack school lunch versus black people. Okay, I just mentioned something like this. So let's see how it's done.
You gotta share the screen. You gotta share the screen, Jericho.
Oh shit, my bad. I'm over here having a good time.
Yeah, he's over here like, I can see, but you can't.
Fuck these guys. I'm enjoy this myself. Okay, here we go. So how white people
can you see what I see?
Go make that screen big, beach.
For a little bit more personality, I'm putting a gummy worm onto it, so it looks like the worm is running through the apple, and finishing it off with some mini chocolate chip cookies.
Get out here so we can make that lunch. What I'm taking a lunch? Okay, let's see. We want some pork chops. Want some pork chops? How the worm them up? Okay, well, we're going to have pork chops. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Pork chops is good. Sure. Some ham. Some tomatoes. We making a
ham and tomatoes?
Yeah, we're going to make a sandwich. Let's get
This is a big piece of ham.
I'm going to cut it. Do you want the ham and cheese or not?
Ham and cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like ham and cheese.
Okay, I'll make you a sandwich, and I got some tomatoes here for you.
Good.
Tomatoes, and you go eat. I got a cucumber too.
You don't got no fruit.
What I do with my cucumber? We got them in there.
Where the fruit at?
Ain't no. I have to go to the store for fruit. Yeah, and then you can have
Ooh, I like pudding.
some pudding.
I like this.
That's what you go have. I'll put this pepper in and burn your ass up. Then I know you're gonna be talking at school.
What I'm
Cause your mouth be goddamn hot.
I'm gonna be thirsty.
You know what? Okay. That's all right. I got water. There we go. Now get your lunch bag. We'll get this shit together.
Last
3 puddings? Fuck.
My teacher wouldn't let me drink.
Okay, well you have water. Yeah, you drink it at home.
Oh my God. This is
Okay, I drink water at school.
Okay, there you go. So now we're gonna make and you got a couple tomatoes. And I'll make you a ham and cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah, I like ham and cheese.
Okay, that's what we're gonna have. That's all right?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, we good then.
Yeah, we good.
We good. I'll get it together.
Can I bring the a yogurt?
I ain't got no yogurt. Don't you see this pudding?
Oh yeah, I got pudding. I'm good with pudding.
Okay, that's what you gonna have.
Yeah.
And a couple chips, a couple Doritos or something.
Oh, we got Doritos?
Yeah, we got Doritos.
Oh yeah, I like this lunch.
You want them Doritos? Or you want these Lay's?
I think I like the Doritos. Them don't got no taste. They just salty.
All right, well, we got that. Got the Doritos.
Okay, this is a good one.
That's a good lunch? Okay,
Yeah,
that's
this
what you
is a lot
have.
of
You want to taste that pepper?
No, I don't want that.
I'll put a little bit on your sandwich, goddamn. I know your ass won't talk at school again.
My sandwich gonna be hot.
Yeah. I ain't gonna give it to you though. I wouldn't give you no pepper, man.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We get some fruit from the store next time?
Next time, right now, there's gonna be your fruit. A couple tomatoes.
Okay, I eat them.
Okay.
That's so fucked up.
All right, put your foot in the middle. Put your foot in the middle. We're gonna do it. Hold on. Who know how to play bubblegum?
I do.
You know what's fucked up? And
Everything about that.
I see the comedy in that, but you know what's fucked up is there's so many black kids who have that. The difference between those two, the one in the beginning, it's a little over the top. I had a little hole, looked like the worm is crawling out of the apple and all this shit, and everything was cut up. Yeah, that's silly, but the thing that's missing from the second one is love. There was no love there. There was no kindness. It was like, I gotta pack your lunch. Here, motherfucker. Here's a bunch of shit that looks like I was stoned when I picked it out. Some ham and tomatoes and a cucumber and 3 puddings. Like, what the fuck? That's like the shit homeboy made on that movie Grandma's Boy, where you just throw a bunch of shit on a cookie sheet and throw it in the oven. Like, what the fuck is that? My mom, I'm so glad that my mom was loving and caring. She was, stern when she had to be in a relationship. My mom was really nice and loving. She would take time, wrap my sandwich in wax paper, write a little note. You got a sandwich, you got some crackers, a drink, something sweet, blah, blah, blah. A well-rounded, balanced meal every time. And you could see the care. Kids would be like, your mom made that? The way she folded everything and sent utensils with it and, put chocolate milk in my thermos that was never cold at lunchtime because our thermos technology wasn't there yet. But I'm so glad that my mom was loving and caring growing up because I couldn't imagine being with one of the like that bitch from Precious where your mom's cussing at you all the time, talking shit about you all the time, mad all the time, beating you all the fucking time. That is just terrible, man. It really is. And I feel bad for black kids, any kid. But we are in the confines of February, so sorry, white kids. I'll get to you next month. But I feel bad for any black kid who was raised like that, or worse, or even fucking worse than that. Where it gets real bad. And that's fucking terrible, man. My mom was a great mom. I can tell you 10 stories about her whooping my ass too, but she was a loving, caring mom, and it was reflected in the way, being this is about your lunch, it was reflected in the way she did it. Kids always wanted to trade me shit for my lunch, and it was always nice and neat, and a lot of care went into it. But that kid, what you want? Is this good? What you want? What you want? You had the little motherfucker. Why are you mad? Like, that's just, it was, I get it, the comedy, but that was fucked up. And which would you rather have? Would you rather have the over-the-top mom who, fucking does all these things to your lunch and all these little cute things, or that bitch who just throws a fucking breakfast ham?
That's the thing, though, man. It's so funny because it's like, in a way, they're making fun of both. In a way, like they're making fun of like the white mom or the white family, going, like, oh, this is how white people do it. But it's like that's actually the proper way you should be doing it. And it's funny because if you are black, like that you relate to that. Not that I had parents who did that, but that is pretty prevalent among black families to some degree. So it's like, yeah, that is some people's reality, man. And the truth is funny, actually. So that's why it actually is hilarious to me, because it's like, yeah, you got that right. That's pretty accurate.
Some people are living that shit, But yeah, that's what makes comedy is there is a bit of truth to it. And yeah, I definitely had family members and shit like that whose mom was like that or friends or whatever. I was just like, damn, dog, you can't do nothing right. I can't wait to go home where I got my own room. My parents are nice. They love me. They're fucking, we got plenty of food. I got clothes, clean. My house is clean. My bed's clean, shit like that. That's why it's important to, have your kids. I'm not big on the sleepovers unless we really know the parents, but it's important for your kids to at least go to their friend's house and see how other people do it. All their friends aren't going to be scumbags, but there's going to be some. There's always one or two whose house is just like, what the fuck is going on in here? Or they're unruly. They talk talk back to their parents all crazy and shit. I had friends like that. I would just sit there, mouth agape, like, who are you talking to? My fucking mom, dude. I'm like, yo, if I talk to my mom like that, you're getting a fucking 3-piece and no biscuit. And that's just from my mom. She still hasn't called in the fucking artillery cannons with my fucking dad would be like, what? It would have been fucking over. So yeah, man, I feel bad for those kids who like that, black or otherwise. That's just fucked up. Kids are supposed to material things, cool. Yeah, you ask a kid, do you want the parents who can buy you a bunch of shit or can't? Well, they're gonna go with all the cool shit. So yeah, it's cool to provide things like that for your kids and stuff, but what they really want and really need is your time, your love, your support, and your discipline. That's what they need. And every kid should have that. And unfortunately, of course, they don't. And people who are bad parents, like I said, if I were King Jericho, I'd bring them out in the public square and break off a car antenna and go to town on the back of their fucking legs, depending on what they did. The worse they did, the worse they get. But it's unfortunate that every kid doesn't get that, but that's definitely what every kid deserves, being that you have to take certain steps to bring them here. So you asked for this. And yeah, John, he says, LOL, get backhanded in the next week. Yeah, and then my dad would be there in the next week when I landed and then slap me a fucking another week into the future. Like, it would be bad. It would be all bad if I talk to my mom crazy like that. I can only speculate because I never did, but I had friends that did. And if I talked to my friend, I had a friend who told his mom, shut up. I was like, whoa. He said, shut up, mom. I'm trying to talk. And she did. She shut up.
Heather says, I hate KFC and grape everything. Well, I have something to tell you, Heather. You ain't black.
Yep, sorry. Give me your black card. Dude, grape is one of the worst flavors. If somebody gives you a grape candy, if it's not a now and later, you're going to want that shit. Like, grape is right there with fucking lime and lemon. What? Orange is as low as candy flavor should go. Cherry, strawberry, and lemon. That's it. Maybe a fruit punch. But lime, lemon, and fucking grape? Ew, get that shit out of here. Nobody wants that fucking candy. Ew, those are the candy corns of flavors. Those are the peeps of flavors. Fucking dog shit. Nobody wants grape. Get out of here. Fucking grape's disgusting. Unless it's Welch's. I'm all for it. But if it's like some fake dyed bullshit grape flavor, no, it's disgusting. It's the worst flavor. We all know that. But that was make me laugh, and I did. I will admit it. I did chuckle.
Oh wait, no, that's not it. There should be one more.
I thought there were 3.
Yeah, there's 3.
Oh, there's one more. Hold on. One more.
Yeah, we got one more in there.
In this beach.
Yeah, one more in this beach.
This beach. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, here we go. It's all right. No fails because black people don't. Okay, hold on. Almost ready. Hey. There's a commercial about home loans, and it's 2 gay guys buying a little house boat. Like, what?
Well, hopefully
it's really
like Madagascar or some shit.
No, it was in the States. But why are they that big of a portion of the home buying market that you need to tailor your commercials to them?
I don't know, man. 2 men working is a pretty strong pair.
Hey, that's going to be a tight run household. But
right?
No, man, come on now. And another thing, speaking of those kind of commercials, so now the streaming services are going to have ads. Amazon Prime already has it. Netflix is on the way. But that's why people stream stuff, because there's no commercials. So now we're basically going to be paying for TV, which used to be free. And the commercials are shit like that. So now my kids I'm going to have to watch out for them seeing commercials like the 2 gay dudes buying a house. And, Jericho, gay people buy houses all the time. Sure, good for you. Good for you, birdcage. But the reason they're doing it is to push an agenda, and you fucking know it. That's why white couples have disappeared from commercials. They're pushing an agenda.
Oh, absolutely. If you go on Google and type in happy white woman or white woman with children, you're not going to see white people. Well, you'll see a white woman, but she's going to be with a black man with black kids. It's all over. So they are erasing white people in every way that they can.
Stop. It's okay if most commercials have white people in them because white people are the overwhelming majority of the population. It makes sense. Again, if you don't like it, get your numbers up. Stop killing your baby in the womb or shooting it when it's 8 years old in the neighborhood or 15. Get your numbers up. Then you can have your fucking representation.
Get your numbers. Get your numbers in.
Hey, man. This shit is disgusting. And that and I'm in an interracial relationship, and I'm tired of seeing all these interracial couples on these fucking commercials. You're making it seem like everybody's in an interracial couple, and they're not. It's only about 10%, and that's okay. I don't need to see my life reflected in everything. Back up.
Yeah, right, because that's not everybody's life.
Yeah,
so
man.
what's going to happen next is it's going to be the black guy with the Asian woman, and you're going to be like, well, how come you don't have any Asian women with black men on TV? I need representation. So what, you're going to cater to everybody? You can't. It's impossible.
Dude, I don't need representation. Just make a cool commercial that makes me want to buy your shit. That's it. I don't really care what the color the people are because we have this shared American experience. That's the tide that binds us. It's all an American experience. So those commercials will appeal to everybody because we all live here. Ugh. How big boy barbers be. All right.
If you're black, then you know.
Yo. What's up? What up, big man?
Hey, you got that took forever. Shit, boy. How you been, man?
Good, man. You asleep?
No, I'm gonna sleep out the rest of my eyes.
Hey, bro. Big.
Hey, wake your ass up, man. That boy, you great. You watched that game the other day?
Yeah, man. You should have been out there. Big. Hey, bro, wake your ass up.
Your mama been okay?
Oh, Biggs, where you get that from?
Mama been
got him down, young. Got some little stuff down there.
Is that, you trying to get that way apart, man?
Well, coming up on me, too. Damn, Clipper right here, the shit I've been looking for. God damn. I know you got one of that shit for me, too. Now, I'm get some more. Don't be acting because you come get my shit every time.
Bro, you check that. But alcohol yesterday, bro.
Come on, I got you more. Damn, bro. Hey, man, what you think, man? What the hell that feeling I got down stone? Man, that shit straight like a motherfucker. If I was with Lamar, he would have won. And I'm going to line it up there and bitch, because you think you good, bro. Come on, man. Somebody say hi. I keep telling you, I was supposed to
Everything but that.
You got no red there?
Nah, first time, big dog.
Oh my God, here we go.
Oh my God, here we go. Ugh. But them country black folks, they talk fucking like what?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Old damn.
Yeah. How much they went on there and get that there for? What?
What the fuck did you say?
Man, you heard what I said. How much did they have to go over there and got that there for?
Yeah, and all the damn. A whole damn. What?
Yeah, you heard me. Dude.
Sound like that one dude from King of the Hill. One guy. Like, what are you even saying? What the fuck? Yeah, that whole damn that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shit, they was over there yesterday. Yesterday, they was over there the whole damn time over there. I was like, Daddy.
I got a relative that lives in Mississippi.
Oh, no.
I swear, when I talk to her, I'm just like, what? What did
Slow
you say?
down.
She's like, you're the one with an accent. I have an accent? No. No, you country bumpkin. You got the accent, not me. I'm like, what the
Yeah,
you saying?
you country mother. Like, why don't you go listen to Beyonce's new song? That's how country you are.
Man, I'm just like, what the fuck are you saying? Huh? What? It's the craziest shit to me. Yeah, so that was make me laugh, and I did. The last one was pretty funny. Yeah, man, that's episode 9. So what comes after that? 10.
10, man.
Episode 10. And we won't be in February anymore. Oh,
Yep.
We're gonna be in stupid March. So we'll see how they try to hijack that month. You never know. They got June, they got October, because October is Alphabet Soup Group, Ku Klux Trans. I think it's Ku Klux Trans Heritage Month. Blech. So they're coming after the whole calendar. We'll see what happens in March. I'm sure March is already some bullshit Heritage Month. That's just nonsense. It's like on TV, one of the categories was Asian and Pacific Islander. Shut up!
Right.
Stop breaking everybody. Black voices. Get that shit out of here. If it's a good movie, put it on here. I'll find it. Black voices. Black leads. Shut up. Just put the movie on there. Black, Asian, Island, Western Asian. Stop. All right. Asian Island. Why do they get lumped together? I bet you them Samoans and Tongans don't consider themselves fucking Asian. It's like Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Appreciation Contribution Month. Shut the fuck.
Oh shit. All this extra stuff for no reason, dude.
It's dumb. Where do we get all these days and months? It's National fucking Hot Dog Day. What? Who makes this shit up? It's this month. Every month doesn't have to be a thing. It's Cancer Awareness Month. We're aware. We know about cancer. We know how you get it. Unfortunately, most people are touched by cancer in their life in some way. We got it. It's blah, blah, blah Abuse Awareness Month. We're aware. And I'm sure the person standing in the kitchen with a fucking steak over their eye, they're aware too. That's it.
Are they though?
Aaron Rose says, ew, hot dogs. Well, I don't mean like the lips and hooves and asshole ground up hot dogs. There are some high quality dogs out there. I would recommend an upper echelon dog for you, Aaron. Not like, the ballpark shit hot dogs that probably have some ground up rat faces in it too. That some poor rat that was scaling a beam and fell into the meat grinder. But there's some high end ones out there. Try one of those, girlfriend. Mario says Big Mike got a hot dog. Yeah, that's different. That's not a hot dog that I would eat. I would eat 100 of those fucking shit ballpark bar S hot dogs before I touch Big Mike's weenie. Imagine that thing rubbing up against you. And Barry, he don't even take it like a man. He don't even bend over. He like holds his legs up. He lays on his back and holds his legs up. And Big Mike just fucking drops all 10 to 12 inches into that fucking stinker. Ew. Aaron Rose,
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I like it.
Get some kosher hot dogs.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Some hot dogs.
Mario says,
is there money in there?
Oh, let me see your ass. Is there money in there? How about I throw a quarter in your asshole
and flick it?
That's what gets me off. Has to be money based. If I can throw a quarter in your ass,
in your asshole,
in your asshole. Oh God. Just let me throw that quarter in your ass.
That's like an ASMR fucking Kosher.
Oh, right
Meditation.
there. Right there. Throw a quarter and then throw a nickel right after that. Oh.
Yeah. No pennies.
None of that copper.
They're always listening, Aaron Rose. And I hope they
Always.
hear it too.
They know they like a good quarter in their ass.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, God.
Okay. That's enough of that.
Oh,
I won't do
shit.
that anymore, I promise. I swear.
Nah, don't make promises that you can't keep. We're gonna do it again.
You know something, you're right. I'm gonna go in there and get a quarter thrown in my ass.
Oh shit. That's gonna be a shortcoming soon.
Don't worry. We have the money to pay for both wars. We can finance the Ukrainians and the Israelis.
Oh God. That's a real voice.
Don't worry. We have the cash.
Right? Yeah,
We'll
our money.
We'll see. Was it going to be 3?
Oh, that's right. Now we're going to give money to the Taiwanese so they can fight China.
Dude, we're just fucking making
we're going to fund it.
we're making it rain on all these hoes around the world.
And that's why we have inflation.
They're
right
clapping
there.
their cheeks, and we're just fucking fanning $100 bills on their hepatitis infected asses.
Ugh.
Well, John, I wouldn't say my voice is Joy Behar. I'm the guy that pops the boils and warts on her ass. That's why my voice sounds like this.
From the boil juice.
It's all of the gases that come out of her ass when she bends over.
Oh, shit. My heart hurts.
But don't worry, American people, we have the money to fund all of the wars.
Mm-hmm. Both sides of it.
Don't look at the border. We have the money to pay for everything around the world.
All right, that's it. I need to drink water.
Yeah, that voice hurt, huh? Yeah, man. And they talk like that on the regular, so think about how they feel. Yeah.
Yeah, when they get home and they hang up their human skin, that's how they talk. They talk in like some ancient Sumerian tongue.
And that means I'm hungry, babe. Where'd you put the cheese?
Where'd you put the charcuterie board?
Yeah, where'd you put the cheese and crackers, honey? Oh shit!
Some sick fucks, man. Some sick fucks.
Yeah,
dude. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they weren't even human underneath that.
I don't think so.
And they put on a human suit when they get up. They hang upside down, wrapped in their wings. And they just fucking fall, well, not fall, but they kind of float down and then put on their human suit. And they go out there and fuck our lives up.
Having to put that skin on, you know what I mean? They're just like, another day.
They're getting used to it, but they still don't like it.
Yeah.
That means we can't wait until we don't have to wear this stupid skin anymore. We could just be ourselves. Soon. Real soon. That's what he said to him. It's fucked up.
Well.
All right, guys.
I had to laugh after make me laugh right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to tell the kids before they go to bed?
Yeah, of course. So in terms of this channel, Stop the Fuckery, there are going to be videos now, not just the live shows. So I'm going to be putting some of the videos together. I'm going to have some side conversations with Jericho and see if he wants to add some content to the channel for that. There's going to be more shorts. So the videos are going to, how it's going to be done, in case you missed the last show, because it's not up anymore, although I'm going to fix that. I'm going to edit that and try to get that episode back on here. So episode 8 is up there. How the videos are going to be is, since, for an example, this month's topic was Black history or Black culture, the videos are going to be based around that topic this month. And next month, whatever those topics are, those videos are going to be based around those topics. So we're not just going to be touching on every single thing that we can. You can go to Jericho's channel for that. You can go to my channel or Facts Only channel for that. These videos are going to be strictly based on topics that we do for the live shows. So just going to be some additional content to the channel, so you don't have to always wait for the live shows, although you should, because we're happy that you're here. So for me individually, Erin Rose knows. She follows me on Instagram. I go in on Instagram literally daily. I'm putting a lot of reels together and content for that on there. So I'm going to be kind of all over the place. I'm already doing a lot. So, just follow me on my other platforms. You can find that stuff in the description below, or on the Stop the Fuckery YouTube channel down below next to Jericho's channels. And that is all I got to say on my end. Jericho, what say you?
So much right now. I'm still uploading interviews every week for Green's House. Oh, real quick, Mario says are the lives every other Thursday. So we'll be back in this bitch March 7th, because it's a leap year. So March 7th we'll be back. So it's every 2 weeks. That's when we have them. Make sure you guys are checking out Green's House. My interviews, like I said, every week I drop them. I've talked to everybody from Dean Cain to a battle rapper, professional boxer, law enforcement, person who got attacked by a mountain lion. The district attorney of my county, we talked about homelessness and fentanyl. All these different things, man, a wide array. It's a departure from what I normally do on my main channel, but I think it's pretty interesting. So I sit down with amazing people who have interesting story to tell. Green's House. That's all I got. People, follow us, support us. I just hit 63,000 followers, and words like that, followers and fans, it still feels weird to say, but until they make new words, this is all I got. So I appreciate all that. Make sure you follow us on all of our different platforms. We appreciate you. And like we said, folks, March 7th, we'll be back. Stop the Fuckery. Episode 10. There's 10 of these, people. This shit's getting real. So be here for that. Tell your people.
I will add one more thing, too, before we log off here. The first video from STF, okay, that will be us, will be tomorrow. So it will be uploaded, scheduled tomorrow, so you guys can check it out and the format and all that stuff. And I hope you guys like it. Just kidding. Love it. So that way you guys can look forward to that. And there's no really special day that they're going to be released as of yet. I like mystery, so you guys are just going to have to tune in and hit the notifications and make sure that you guys get notified of when the videos are released. And that is all I got to say.
Enough said, guys. And like Sloppy Joe said, during the sweet and sour sniffles to the people who wouldn't get poked, if you don't share and subscribe and like Stop the Fuckery in our other platforms, you killed your grandmother. Thank you very much. We will see you guys in 2 weeks.